What's up, guys? So this is going to be a pretty sensitive video. Be telling you guys about the loss of my child. Maybe it can help somebody. I don't really know because it's been, I believe, 6 years. It's been 6 years, I believe, since it happened. But I had woke up to my child passed away. They said she had SIDS. It had started the night before. I had changed the diaper and stuff. Gave her a bottle. Uh, we had. I played with her. I was trying to play with her. She was only 3 months, and then we went to sleep. We woke up, and then I got up, put my clothes on for work around like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I had went and gave the mother of my child a kiss on her forehead, and then I gave my child a kiss on her forehead. I took a few steps away, then I paused for a second. I'm like, man, she real cold. I went back, kissed her again. She was real cold. I put the cover over her. I was about to walk out the door, and I'm like, nah, she a little too cold. So I had walked back, and I picked her up, and she was pretty much lifeless. Well, not pretty much. She was lifeless. I tried to do CPR. Ended up calling waking the mother of my child up. Ended up calling the EMTs. Uh, I couldn't even wait. I didn't want to wait. I think as soon as they was like 911 operator, and they would start asking all them questions, I already knew it was gonna take forever. So I hung up on them, and we hopped in my vehicle. And the hospital was like maybe like 18, 19 minutes away. I got there in like 7 minutes, like driving dangerously fast. Get to the hospital. I only got my boxes on inside the hospital, and then sorry, I only got my boxes on inside of the hospital, and got my baby in my hand. Whole time we driving, the mother of my child trying to give her CPR, and then we get to the hospital. Like I said, I'm naked in my boxers, and then we asked for help. They said they point us to the right direction. We run there, give them to the doc, give her to the doctor, and they tried for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and the mother of my child just kept on trying to push them to keep going, but we already knew that it was too late. So I ended up, just holding the mother of my child. Like they trying to give me the hospital gown because, like I said, on my boxers. It was a tragic night. It was a tragic morning, rather, and it was I believe it was the day before. I think it was on Thanksgiving. It was either the day before Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving. Either way it go, I don't deal with the Thanksgiving because of that. So that happened. We didn't go back to the house. We ended up going into a hotel and basically just holding each other and trying to breathe through it and think about what happened, realize what happened, and yeah. So it's a whole other story that's attached to that with me being shot. I probably end up doing a video on that eventually too, but just sticking to this part of the story. All that happened. To be honest with you, we only lasted inside of our relationship after we was together for a while, like I believe like 9, almost 10 years. But after that happened, maybe like 2 months, 3 months, we were starting to like fight each other, resent each other. It was just hard to deal with our emotions as individuals, let alone each other's emotions. Um, it started to get dangerous for us to be around each other because of our emotions were so rapid that we just had to go ahead and split. And living life after losing a child is I guess I could say interesting, quite at least to say. Uh, it's just you got to come to the grips of the realization of what happened and maybe why it happened, and you're gonna want like questions. I know a lot of people have lost kids that were older, and that was just how their life. And I can't imagine. I'm so sorry if you have had a child in your life for multiple years, a long time, any period of time, really, even a day, um, and child passed away. But she was here. My daughter was here for 3 months, and it's hard to forget. Like I'm about to say, it's hard to forget. Of course, you don't never want to forget, but when the last moments are of you seeing your child, deceased, you kind of want to forget. But it's tough, because you once you make that decision to live life and basically move forward, you have to move on basically, and you celebrating their birthdays every year, and things, knowing that you're never going to actually see them again. You have to, if you believe in prayer and believe in God, you got to really tune in into praying and crying. You gotta let it out. Don't hold it in. You when you by yourself, and are you feeling it? You gotta let it go and let yourself cry, because the more you hold it in, the tougher it's gonna get. And it's been, like I said, it's been like 6 years, between 5 and 7. I don't really know. It was 2018. It's 2025 now. You could do the math. I'm not really trying to think about it too much for real. But even though she was only here for 3 months, it felt like what happened yesterday. And I never really talk about it much. I just tell people that I lost a child, and how I lost a child, which was from SIDS, and it's sudden infant death. Um, but as far as actually talking about it, I haven't really talked about it until I ended up looking on YouTube and seeing a few videos of a few people actually talking about it, and then people commenting on their videos, explaining their grief and what they're going through. Um, so I was like, maybe me telling my story can help someone. And I'm sorry I'm talking low. I hope that you guys can hear me. But yeah, like I said, uh, see how I'm jumping off topic and just jumping everywhere and staying on topic. But it's what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Thinking about it, talking about it, it feels like yesterday. Sometimes it feels like today. Um, even though it happened so many years ago, the only helpful advice that I can really give inside this video is that you gotta eventually, like, take your time with it, but you have to eventually, like, it sucks that I gotta say it like this, but you have to get over it. Um, like, not get over it in a sense of like, oh well, I had a child, oh well, like, of course not. But you have to move on. You gotta keep moving, because life is still going, time is still going, the sun is still rising, the moon is still rising, the days are still going past. You know, bills are still happening. I end up going back to work. Like, I believe the second week. I took maybe a week off. The second week, maybe the third week, I ended up going back to work. Um, I left a lot. Like, got fired from a couple of jobs because I just couldn't be there. But my I had no choice, because my bills still were coming. Like, the rent still was due, and it was only me and the mother of my child. So there was no other way to live without actually going to work. So dealing with that lasted for about 4 or 5, 6 months, maybe a whole year. Um, I had a lot of nights of like, you know, just going through it and feeling emotions and feeling the emotions of what has happened, but also praying and understanding that moving forward with your life is like what you have to. It has to be your goal. It has to be your goal to move forward in life, and you know, you celebrate your child how you want to celebrate your child. Um, Everybody grief different. For after a while, I was saying that, like, well, my child is gone. I'm not a father anymore, so that's that. The mother of my child is no longer the mother of my child because my child is gone. I was, feeling like that. I kind of still feel like that a little bit. I guess it's just how I like cope with it. But cope is a great word because uh, you don't have to find a coping mechanism, but it's in your best interest and in your family best interest for you not to cope in a negative way. Don't cope with liquor. Don't cope with drugs. Don't cope with going out spending money and partying. That's not going to help you out because at the end of the day, you're still going to come home and you're still going to lay down in that bed and you're going to have to try to close your eyes, and it's going to be very hard to close your eyes because your brain is going to remember for you. And you don't want to crash out in that way. And then crash out, I mean, like, you don't want to deteriorate yourself because something has happened like that. I know that it's tragic, but if anything, you put it to a good use, as in such, like, you lost a child, put it to a good use. And it's hard for me to try to figure out what I want to say, how to put it to good use, because I know how it feels. But I also understand that you got to find a way to put it to good use, and I haven't really figured out the way yet, which is why I'm making this video right now. I'm telling this story because maybe the good use would be me explaining to people that want to also, know that they're not alone, like what's going on. If I explain that right, I don't know. I know that I'm everywhere. It's because I haven't written anything down. It's not a script. I'm just giving you the true, authentic version of myself. But I think about her a lot. Even though it was only those 3 months of her being here, it came with definitely a lot of trauma. But you have to definitely work with yourself and be very gentle with yourself for a while. Don't rush into anything. Just take your time. It definitely has completely altered my character. Not the same person I was before, of course. Some positive, some negative. The negatives definitely needed to be worked on. And I say negatives like I definitely became more aggressive. Definitely started looking at the world like the world was against me. Just not really accepting life for what life was or is. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find a hobby and slowly, gradually work your way into, life again. I know it's hard, and I know it's way easier said than done, but that's why you're looking at videos like this, and you're gonna maybe one day you'll be able to tell your story to somebody and help somebody else out in the next 5, 10, 6, 7, 8, whatever years from now, But I'm gonna go ahead and get up off this video though, because I feel like I'm just ranting and I don't even know if I said anything valuable in this video. But I told y'all my story, and I hope it helps somebody one day. Be strong, stay strong. I know that it sucks, man. I know that it's not okay, and it's okay that you feel that it's not okay, because it's not. It's okay to cry, but remember that life is crazy. It throws some wild curveballs, and you can find a way to put it in a positive light somehow, some way, shape, or form. There's always a positive in every situation, just like it's always a negative in every situation. So don't forget to be the bright light. If you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it if you can like it, comment on the video, and subscribe, because subscribers will really help me be able to, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, this story got me a little twisted up, but hey, don't forget to be the bright light.